you know how it is.
Okay, so I propose let's start with this webinar officially. So thank you for coming to today's webinar, 3D Survey, What's New in 2.18. Today we would like to show you some great new improvements which we managed to develop in addition. And let's start with a short PowerPoint presentation. Uh, this is our basic agenda so that you can have an idea what we are talking about today and so on. The complete webinar duration will be around 1 hour and 15 or something like that. And if we go step by step, top new improvements which are in the latest 2.80 version are first 3D Survey Cloud is there. So super exciting platform to share your results with your clients. Directly from 3D Survey, you will be able to upload those results in 3D Survey Cloud. Just click one button, share, and send this share link with email, WhatsApp, and any other platform. And your customers, they can immediately see those results in cloud. We are super excited about this one. In few minutes, you will find out more. Then additionally, we managed to improve some texture improvements. So with the previous version 2.18, we changed the texture algorithm. We improved it pretty much. It's 10 times faster than the old one. But now, additionally, we improve a few more things with the texture, and you will be able to see the difference. And it's also super exciting. Then we managed to upgrade a bit of cat models. So there are additional features where Mattia will show you how it looks like, what can you do in addition, and how this will help you by your projects. Snapshot functionality is upgraded, even more attractive than in the previous version. Then super cool new feature, select by color is there. Again, Mattia will present you this and show you how to use it, and maybe you will find also other idea where to use those functionalities. Then we improve some orthophoto handling optimizations. In the past, we had some issues with visualizing some specific orthophotos in some specific files, and we will show you how we solve this. We add let XML support for import data also in 3D Survey. So now you can directly from AutoCAD or similar CAD softwares import surfaces in 3D Survey and compare volume differences or anything like that. And of course, there are also a lot of minor improvements. Before we go to all those feature presentations, today we are with you. So my name is Marco and I'm the product manager 3D Survey. Probably most of you already know me. If not, I'm here happy to help you also with any questions if there are. And with me is also Mattia. Mattia is our Q&A manager. So before we release the version, we test the version pretty much also with internal, external testers. And yes, Mattia is head of this one. Hopefully we will release a good version and you will be super satisfied with this one. And yes, before we continue with our presentation, I have 3 short questions for you. And the first one is, so where did you find out about today's webinar? So was this 3D Survey newsletter? Was this Facebook, Instagram? Or did you heard from friend, or you just found it online, so on web page or on some article on Geomares or something like that? Okay, let's wait a couple of seconds to get the results from you. I see already 75% already voted for these questions. I will close this session. And we see that 84% of you I can share the results also. 84% of you actually find out about this newsletter, about this webinar via newsletter, 3% from Facebook, 2% from Instagram, and so on. So thank you for this feedback. This is quite useful for us for new webinars, how we promote them, and so on. Okay, so let's go
to... The newsletter is working.
The newsletter is working, definitely. Okay, so second question, interesting for us. Are you already 3Dsurvey users? So let's see this question, and your answer will help us with the presentation. Okay, we see currently 75% of you voted, and if I close this down, we see 85% of you are our customers, 15 not yet. Okay, so this is already also very nice. This is a What's New webinar. It's fully logical that most of you are already our customers, and this is great to hear. And last question in this CESTAL question, which version are you currently using? So version 2.17, which is still today the latest one as far we know, then 2.16, older, or I'm still not a user. Okay, let's wait a couple of more seconds to get the results. Okay, most of you already voted, so I will close this poll and share results with you. And we see we have 75% of you which are running the latest version, 8% are running 2.16, and 3% older version. So yes, thank you for those answers. I'm super satisfied with those one. Looks like most of you have the latest version, and this is really good. This is really great to hear. Okay, cool. So let's continue now with the results. Okay, let's continue now with my PowerPoint presentation. And the first point, what's new in 2.80 is 3Dsurvey Cloud. And just to explain you first most important thing, so who is eligible for the cloud is actually everyone who has a valid subscription or upgrade and support for 3Dsurvey. So in case you have upgrade and support or valid subscription, you are able to use this function 3Dsurvey Cloud. Then you can directly from the software upload your data to cloud, and you have a free of charge 75 gigabyte of data in your cloud storage. Okay, so 3Dsurvey license is directly connected with your cloud account. So when you upload the data, you don't need to preset almost nothing. You don't even need to log in into your cloud because we read this out from the license code. In case this was not successfully, you just type your email and password for 3Dsurvey account and you are in the cloud. Okay, so this first point. Then the second one, workflow. I will show you how to upload results from 3Dsurvey directly to cloud. Then we will go and check available functions which are in cloud. I will try to explain you what are all the possibilities of cloud. So we are saying that the cloud is not just the share platform, it's also kind of a project management tool because you can upload a lot of projects in cloud and you can nicely see them based on project, based on map view, based on timeline view. You will see this in a few minutes. Then you have a screenshot function there so that you can prepare some nice view screenshots from your project and put it into report, or maybe your customers can do this. In cloud, you have also some new functions like 2D and 3D comparison. And of course, as a finish, we will show you how to share those results. And if there are any questions, feel free to write your questions immediately in question box. And now I will start my 3D survey desktop software 2.80 version. This version will be released in about 1 hour, just right after this webinar, so feel free to check it out, and all functions you are currently watching you will be able to do by yourself. Okay, here I have a small project where they do some mapping. I think they have mapped this area for 3 times or something like that. We have some CAD data like lines and points. We have a mesh data, and we have also point cloud available, and of course also the orthophoto. Okay, and to share these results or to upload those results to cloud, you simply go under the project, click the cloud upload function. Here you can see a tree view of all of your data. By default, those are selected which are selected in 3Dsurvey. Nevertheless, you can select or deselect them here. And when you are satisfied, you just need to click here, next button. Now we are connecting with my cloud platform, so cloud survey selector page. And first, what I need to do, I can upload this data to already existing project. Here you can already see, or I create a new project. If I click on create new project, I can set my project name, like let's say volume. Immediately, we read out the coordinate system from your project. This is read from 3Dsurvey, so you don't need to type anything inside. Also, the location is by default taken from the project, so you don't need to specify the custom location here. In case you have some local coordinate system, just like point cloud from laser scanner or something like that, you could do also that additionally. But now I'm ready to click on create, and then every project can have more surveys. Okay, so by default the create first survey window pops up, and I will just type here first measurement. If I would have more, I could later, let's say in 1 month, in the same project, upload the second survey. Okay, I can define date. This was on 8th of November, and I will create a project. And immediately, when I click confirm, the data start to uploading. Okay, so as you can see here in the progress bar, we have CAD data, we have a point cloud data, we have mesh data, and orthophoto. You can also see here the size of the specific data type. So the CAD is super small one. Point cloud of this area is 242 megabytes, so already something. Then the mesh will go, and orthophoto. So just for your info, total space you have 75 of giga for all the projects. After you complete this, you will need to delete some of the old projects, or in future you will be able to have option to purchase additional storage and increase it to 150 giga or something like that. We always upload the full resolution of your data. So actually, if the point cloud is 250 million points, you will upload all of them. So what you can do maybe before in 3Dsurvey, if you don't need so many data, you can reduce point cloud in 3Dsurvey and upload smaller one if you like. Okay. Now all data types are uploaded already. I'm ready to click the finish button, and immediately 3Dsurvey Cloud pops up in a browser, and you can see the post process is already finished. My point cloud is visible already here. We have a kind of level of detail, so even if you have billion of points, we can handle this in browser really nice. And what's the beauty about the browser? You don't need super heavy machines to view those data. Okay, later on, if you will share those results with your customers, They don't need to have strong computer to process data, to view this data. They don't need special software like, I don't know, 3Dsurvey or any part of 3D software to view point clouds or anything like that. So it's in a browser. Anyone architects can view it, or construction guy, or I don't know who is watching this data. Cool. Okay, here we have point cloud. Here we have CAD data, which is the basic one. It goes the same way as in 3Dsurvey. It's designed by layers, so you can turn it off on, zoom to layer. Then you have tabs like mesh, point cloud, CAD, and annotations. So let me turn off now the point cloud and go to mesh, and I will turn on the mesh, which was uploaded, and you can see it here. Okay, so all data types successfully uploaded. Then we have on the right side some quick functions like snapshot, screenshot from the current view. Let's wait for the end of this one. This is to zoom extend the button. Then you can zoom in or zoom out with those buttons. And on the left side, you have select tool, select element tool. So for example, I have a point here. If I go over mouse with it, I see the coordinates. If I can click, I see additional properties like color. I could change this one or anything like that, or delete on keyboard, and I delete this point. Then if I select line, you could additionally add some attributes like 2D distance, 3D distance, or remove 3D distance. So similar approach than in 3Dsurvey. Okay, so this is with the select element tool. Then you could actually add some new points like here, 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 and that. So just clicking with the left mouse click, you're creating new points. You have the basic draw line tool. So let's go like that. Okay, so I extract the position of road here. If I select this one, again, I could select if I would like to see 2D distance, 3D distance, area 3D, height, angle, anything like that. Okay, then you have a delta height option. So if you'd like to see what's the height difference here between, we can quickly see 2.2 meters. Then you have some circle option based on 3 points to draw some circles, and you see the 2D area of this circle, or the draw polygon tool. With the one, you could actually get out the area size. I will do just really quickly like that. The approach is fully the same. So left mouse click for selecting the vertices, right mouse click to finish the area. And in this case, we can see it's 3,521 square meters. Okay, and then there is a annotation tool. You can place it anywhere you would like to have. You can, by double click here, you can change the name, construction site, just quickly one, change the color, and you are already ready to create some screenshot. I'm using this screenshot function. Immediately it saves into the selected folder. Let's see how it looks like. And here we have a quick sketch of this one. Okay, what's super important to understand, everything what you imported in your cloud survey, so like mesh, point cloud, CAD lines, okay, and CAD elements, they stays always in these projects. Everything what I draw in cloud, like annotations, lines, circles, or points, after I close the browser down, I lose those data. Okay, so if you would like to share also CAD data, draw them before in 3Dsurvey and upload them in the cloud. Okay, and they will always stay in this project. Okay, so this was a quick tour about the functions in 3Dsurvey Cloud. Of course, there are a number in addition. So let's go, if I go to upper left corner on my 3Dsurvey Cloud beta icon, I came to the basic cloud view. So the first, I see a project view. Here are all my projects, which I uploaded them in past. Here you have a progress bar, how many space you still have. Currently, I'm on 10.5 gigabyte from 75. And this is the project view. Then another one, remember I explained you before, it's not just a sharing platform, it's also a project management tool. So if you have before your projects in folders, you can have them now in cloud and have them like backup there in cloud, and you can see them by projects here very nicely. If I click here, you can see them in map view. So of course, because we are from Slovenia, I have most of my project in Slovenia, and you just go here and click on this project, and you immediately see this project also as a project view. Or you use the third option, which is a timeline view, where you can actually see your project listed based on timeline. When you uploaded the results and you set the date of the creation, okay? If I scroll in, the scale is changed a bit. If I scroll out, it's changing like so. So you can preset your preview, and so it goes, okay? Here is one interesting function, give feedback. So 3Dsurvey Cloud is still in beta phase. So if there's something not working, be patient maybe with us, but immediately please give us a feedback. So I'm super satisfied and send, and we will get this immediately on our email and see how it goes. Or maybe something's not wrong with this project, maybe please maybe fix or something like that, and we can have a look and support you immediately. Okay, cool. Let's go back to project view. Two more things I would like to share with you. In case the project has, we still didn't check out the 2D view. So if you have also orthophoto in this project, you have option between 3D view, where you can see mesh, point cloud, cat, and annotations, and 2D view, where you see the orthophoto of this site. Okay, goes like so. And in case you have a survey, let's say with two, let me find the right one. So okay, I'm looking the project with two surveys that I can show you the timeline view. Where's the one? I did it before. Okay, I will go a bit more deeper here with edit and check it out. So one survey. Here it is. Okay, let's see this one. View survey. So this is the same site where I uploaded two surveys, and you see here additional icon pops up, which is actually a time comparison view. And then on the left side, I will preset my view as a first measurement. On the right side, I will preset my as a second measurement. Okay, couple of seconds to upload the data. Then additionally, on the left and right side, you have those layer icon. If you turn it off, I would check here mesh, and I also have a regular grid mesh available, which looks like so. Okay, but yes, let's observe now the full 3D mesh, which is here, and the same on the other side. So you can actually preset anything like here. So let's turn off the point cloud, and same, let's observe the mesh for the second type. Okay, like so. And here, let's close this one down. And here you can see actually before and after. So this was first measurement. Then after 1 month, we have second measurement. Okay, so it's a great time comparison. It's actually in 3D. So right now we are looking difference between in 3D, as you can see it here. So this is before and this is after. So super nicely to represent those results also to your customers, and they can everything see what I'm right showing you. And the same goes with the 2D view, so with the orthophoto time comparison. Okay, orthophoto before and orthophoto after. Let's go back to 3D. One addition view, beside the timeline view, you have a split view. So what's this? It's actually the same camera position. Okay. Let's focus on, okay. The same camera position on first and second measurement. So the same area on first measurement, the same area on second measurement. For some of you, maybe in some cases, this is also a super interesting part so that you can see before and after from the same perspective, actually. Okay, cool. So this was quick intro about this feature and about cloud. And at the end, what's the most important, what you need to do. So on the upper right side, you have a share button. Only you can view this project means that just you can view this result. Anyone with this link means that when you will share this link with your customers, they will able to click on this link and see those results in browser. So if they have a computer, if they have a tablet or maybe phone, they can simply observe the data in browser. I will now copy this link and let me try to copy this link in chat box. Okay, and you probably, okay, this was on private, so Mattia, can I type this like a public? Just let me see. Type message inside to everyone. Okay,
yeah, it works to me.
And okay, cool. So now also all attendees should be able to click on this link and observe the results in 3Dsurvey Cloud and so on. Okay, this is more or less everything about my first point, about my first cloud presentation. Mattia, did I forget maybe something or we can continue?
No, I think we covered everything. This at the end is a nice stress test. If all of you, all of the 140 people here now clicks the link, and we'll see if our cloud holds that.
Yes, really good point. Let's see how it goes. Should be stable, should work. If not, of course, we are the first one who will know about this. Okay, and I will switch to my second point I would like to share it with you. So as already mentioned before, with 2.70 version, so this was the previous version, we improved the texture algorithm pretty much. So the texture is much sharper in comparison with the 2.16 and older version. And the second thing, the texture calculation is 10 times faster in comparison with the old algorithm. Okay, so super important things which were done already in previous version. We know that we had some issues in case you have a pretty detailed model with a lot of camera positions, with camera position which are close to the objects and far from the object and so on. And in those cases, sometimes the mesh texture was not calculated perfectly, could be even better, and we fixed this with the 2.80 version. So here is just some picture comparison that you can see. So this is the old texture where you can't read out this text, and with the new version 2.18 you can actually read out here Prešernova Royce Nahisha, so this is famous Slovenian writer. And let me show you this also in a real time. So probably you can see my results here in 3Dsurvey. And here on the right side, I have let's say three versions of mesh texture. So right now you are watching the 2.70 version, and if I turn this one off, you see the 2.80 version. As you can see it, the new texture, it's even more nicer, super detailed. Let me switch to this part. So it's crazy sharp almost, so you can see almost everything. And what's the difference? We calculate the cameras, so exactly we selected the right cameras for specific triangles. So we take the closest camera from the triangle, and let's see this example how this was recorded. Okay, as you can see it, this is the entire area, and because it's kind of a professional drone mapper, he's always mapping really decently. So from the 80 meters, 60 meters, and then he goes down to the detail like 5 meters away from the object. And this is the reason why he can get super accurate texture also then at the end. And feel free to check out this one also on your data sets. So what's super important with this? So we know next step from the 3D model, it's extracting out the information from 3D model. So with our cat engine tool, we think that now you can even easily, easily decide it if this is a manhole or this is a water element and or anything like that. So what we are promoting is that the 3D survey texture is the same quality as image resolution input. Okay, so we don't do almost any blending between the images. It's the sharpest result you can get, also if you compare it with other players on the market. And this is super important actually for us, because when you need to place, I don't know, a new point or let's say a draw line on this part, it's actually super important to be accurate, detailed, and so on. Okay, so let me just go here. So when you're deciding where to put your new point, now you can zoom in, you can see really in millimeters how accurate and how sharp this is. Okay, cool. So this was my second improvement. Uh, just want to share with you. And with the texture improvements, we actually also improve how powerful this can be. And what does it mean? So after we solve these issues with the right image selection for better texturing, we have immediately huge texture files which were actually too big for most of the graphic cards. And the reason for this was we need additionally implement new feature, and this is texture compression. And with the 2.80 version, we also do the texture compression, and this means you can actually run 6 times bigger full 3D models in comparison to the previous one, because the compression is so powerful that the texture files are then smaller. And it means even if you didn't have option to process a huge data sets before, like let's say 3 kilometers of highway with a centimeter resolution, now you probably you can easily do that with your standard desktop computer. And as you can see it here, I have here almost 1 kilometer of highway with a Mavic 3 Enterprise on a 50-meter height. We know this is a super high resolution, and we are just on 3.3 gigabyte of memory from 25. And I have a 360, so RTX 360 graphic card. So I could have even more and more texture on it. So also the texture compression is a super nice feature. Just for you to let it know, if you don't want to have texture, because if you don't want to have compression, you can still turn it off. Okay, where's the compression? Texture compression. So you have on and off. Okay, but with off it means the files will be much bigger and you probably run out of memory on your graphic card, but just for your info. Okay, very good. So this was my part. I think now Mattia is ready to share some exciting news also with you. So thank you for listening, and Mattia, feel free.
Oh, thank you, Marco. Hi, everybody. So maybe just before we go into the everything else, I would like to say that cloud hold up very nice, didn't crash, so you can test it even more. And okay, we can go into the CAD news now. So because our CAD module is one of the most one of the favorite features of 3Dsurvey, we decided we give it a bit of improvement. So the first update is ability to collapse sub windows. Small addition, but it's really useful if you're using multiple, well, a lot of layers, or if you have a lot of objects, so you can customize this side pane as you wish. Let's go on. The next one is next one. Marco, can you?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, the next one is the ability to multiple select different elements of your CAD tab. So when you hold down Control, you can add elements to your selection. So the third one is the ability to hide the info box. This was one idea that we got from you. So user feedback, some users were kind of complaining about this info box being in a way. It's very useful if you need to know the coordinates where you are, but if you don't, it's just in a way probably. So you have a checkbox there to simply turn it down. And the last one here is the sum of all your measurements of the current measurement that you are doing. We will see this live now when I switch to 3Dsurvey. Just a second. So I have okay, show screen. So are we already in my screen?
Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay, did you turn on your screen?
Okay, now it should go.
Okay, let's wait a couple more seconds.
Okay, now it should go.
Okay, so we can see it. Perfect.
Okay, let's start here. So as I was saying, now when you're in CAD module and you have a lot of layers, you can simply customize this side pane by collapsing elements of this side pane. So if you don't need the snapper option, you can collapse it here, bring it back here. You can collapse all of them if you want, but probably you'd still want to see some of it. Now, as I was saying, the other new things are, maybe I'll show it on the different, this one. So if you want, for example, to measure the curbs, perhaps you would like to take the measurement tool. Now we have two options here. You can have displayed total 2D distance and total 3D distance. Let's say 2D distance. And that way you can, when you're measuring the total curb distance here, it will be displayed as you draw. So if we're going this way, you can see the number there. And as I do that, I'll speed it up a bit. Maybe now I can turn off this info box. That's better. It's not in the way anymore. Okay, now I have closed this polygon, and I have already done 2 of them before. And if I want, now I can select multiple elements that are of different types. So this is a measurement type and this is line type. And if I hold control here, I can select both of them. And what's even better, now I will get the total length and total area of both of them. And if I add this one as well, you see the numbers went up. So if I do the vectorization of these curves, I can get in one work 2 tasks done. So not only will I get the total length of the curves, I will also get the total area of the greens inside, which is kind of neat, I would say. So this was the CAD news, and now we'll jump back to Marco's presentation. Yeah.
Okay, you need to stop sharing, I think, and then
Okay.
I can.
And we're going back to the PowerPoint.
Okay, so where's the sharing button now?
Just give us a few seconds. And we have noticed that you have already written some questions. We will get to them in the end. Don't worry, you can add more. Okay, so this was the new features in the CAD module. I hope you like them, and if you find a new use for them, you can also write us a message about how you use them. Okay, next thing on the list is just a second. Is our very exciting new feature that we called Select by Color. This has been a very curious feature. It was requested by our users. We thought also ourselves that there has to be a tool that is capable of selecting the points that are of similar color, and you can use that as a classification tool or as a cleanup tool. And I will first show you how you can clean up the point cloud using this tool. And let us try one more time to switch the screens. So we go here and we go here and we are here. Yeah? Did we make it this time a bit faster?
Yes, we can see it. We can see it.
Okay, great.
Very good.
So I'd like to show you my personal project. I wanted to do a detailed model of this typical Slovene hay rack. The problem of such project is that they are usually somewhere in the middle of the grassy area, and you can also have trees around. And if you close up on this, you can see it is terribly noisy with a green points where you would not want them. And just as I was trying to clean up this model, it was really tedious task. As you can imagine, if I enhance this point size here, you can see the disastrous proportion of this issue. As I was trying to clean that really slowly and painfully, my coworker approached me and enlightened me that we are going to develop this feature. And this was a news of the month for me. So let me now show you how you can, if you find yourself in a similar situation, clean all these green dots away from your point cloud. So, oh, sorry, one more time. We go to select, drop down arrow, and choose by color. So we're in point cloud tab because we're cleaning the point cloud. And now this eyedropper is here instead of your pointer, and as you go over your 3D model, it will pick up the point color. And here is the tolerance slider. If you have too much selected, just lower it. So now it's really precise, really conservative. And if you go up or up, it will select even more. I suggest you put it somewhere between 10 and 20. And now we're ready. But what if I don't want to select this grass underneath? Let's do it with the bounding box. If you don't want to select something to be deleted, just crop it out with your bounding box and it will be unaffected. So here, let me just get this hay rack. Okay, now all of this can be purged. Again, select by color, and then you just go on to your 3D model, select the greenest point of the greenest. Okay, I'll even boost it up a bit, 20. And now we can click apply. Okay, it looks like only the greens are selected. And now we can already press delete on your keyboard. Give it a second or two. It's a lot of points. Here we go. It already deleted a lot of points. You can see there are some left. And we can also repeat this process. Okay, I added them to selection. I can see a few more. Maybe this one. Lower the tolerance a bit. Add it again. Is there any more? Okay, I'll delete these also. Delete selected. And I could repeat this 2 or 3 times more to be really exact, but I think you get the point. This is now much nicer point cloud, cleared from the green points that didn't belong there, and we didn't delete any of the gray and brown points that are where they should be. And you can also repeat the process on the roof. We have some blue points here from the sky, and that's how you clean your point cloud incomparably faster than what I was attempting to do a few months back. So if you imagine what I was doing, I was selecting points like this in between 2 bars, and then from the side, and then from the top down and the bottom up, and accidentally deleting more points than I anticipated. So this one I really like, and I hope you like it too. Okay, this was the first use case we predicted for this feature. Maybe not all of you are so worried about the absolute look of your point clouds. Maybe you just care about functionalities, classification. And if we jump back to this one, what we could do here is, with this feature, we could simply select, let me bring you the point cloud. I already did it. I simply selected all the green areas with select by color functionality. Okay, we're a step back now. And if we wanted to select and classify this sort of color-based classes, it is very simple task. Let's say we only want the bike lane here. So I go over the bike lane, I play around with the tolerance slider. This live preview is really useful, so you can tell where you are. Let's say this is good. Okay, it's selected, and now I want to go to the right click on my point cloud, and I go down to set class to selected points. I can go through the suggested list of classes, but bike lane is not one of them, so I write it in here, bike lane. And now 3Dsurvey created a new class for my point cloud, and if I turn off everything else, this is my bike lane. Turn it back on, and I can do this for all color-based features on my point cloud. I could go and classify greens, this white ring, the markings, perhaps the yellow markings, and so on. You can use it also on solar panels, or which we have opened here. We have also tried to use it on the bricks here. It's really useful for stuff like that, and this is something you couldn't do with classic classification, or God forbid if you try to attempt this by hand. So I think it's really game-changing feature, and I would like also to get some feedback from you if you find some interesting new use case for this feature.
Mattia, this is kind of person-based AI classification. So very good, very nicely. I would just add here also for all of you, in case you're playing something with videogrammetry, maybe just mute you, Mattia, during we're switching, yes, because of echo. So all of you who are doing videogrammetry, you're always capturing frames from, let's say, view perspective, from 1.5 meter, and most of the frames are triggered horizontally. In this case, you get usually a lot of blue points close to the end of the objects, like Matthias already presenting you. And this is always painful to delete those points out and going to calculate perfect 3D models, because as you know, better point cloud, more detailed point cloud gives you a nicer and more accurate 3D textured model. And yes, selecting this manually, it's hard. With this feature, this is super easy, and it solves a lot of issues, and you are much quicker. So you don't need 10 or 20 minutes to clean out point clouds. You can do this in few minutes actually, and then you're ready to go. So super exciting feature, works really nice, and yes, check it out.
Marco, thank you for this addition. I will okay, now stop sharing the screen. Yeah.
This was your second example, which you already present. Okay, Mattia, maybe you can jump in to explain this in addition if you like, or we
Yeah,
just...
this one I also showed you. Here is an example where we try to classify the bricks of this fascinating facade. Another use case is you could classify the solar panels from the roof. It can be brick roof or this industrial type roof. Perhaps sometimes a bit of cleaning is also needed, because keep in mind you are you're capturing live reality, live environment. So naturally the colors overlap a bit. You have some blue shades in any natural terrain, or green shades. The next one, if you've been around for last two What's New webinars, you probably know it a bit already, and it's called Capture. We have improved this one, as you would say, per partes. And in this latest edition, we have made it super intuitive, because now when you press C, you'll get a slight flash animation, not intensive enough to give you a seizure, but still to remind you that you have made a snapshot. And another user feedback based improvement, the coordinate cross is now hidden after you press C, so you get a nice looking image of your 3D model without distracting elements. Tiny improvement, but really nice. Marco, will you take over this one?
Yes, maybe just mute yourself. Yes,
Okay.
correctly. So the previous improvements was really based on user feedback. So before they have a center cross in the model, and we now remove it because if you're preparing quick sketch reports or anything like that to your customers, this is now even nicer. And yes, and we are already with in the next improvement of land XML support. Should be a GIF animation. Yes, here we can see it right now. So what we did before, you were able to export LAN XML surface from the 3D survey in directly importing other third-party CAD softwares. Now you are also possible import to land XML file into 3D survey. And this means if you have kind of, let's say, AutoCAD surface with a designed surface, and you would like to compare this with photogrammetry data with photogrammetry surface, you can now easily do this. So just go into AutoCAD or similar CAD software, save as land XML surface, export it, and import in 3D survey, and it's directly compatible. So you will see the same software, the same surface in 3D survey as in third-party CAD softwares, and you are able now to do the volume comparison and anything like that. Okay, so another great improvement. Before, it was super painful. You need to export out points from the third-party CAD softwares, import those points into 3D survey, do the text, do the team calculation, and maybe the team was not the same as in third-party CAD softwares and so on. Now this is solved. If you have some kind of exchanging the data from traditional CAD softwares with photogrammetry softwares like 3D survey, this is now finished and super nice. Just remember you, if there are some questions, feel free to write them in question box, okay? At the end of the webinar, we will spend a couple of minutes to answer them. If there are some feel free to write them already now, not to forget them. Okay?
And maybe you could add also the land XML. This now enables you to export BIM models to 3D survey. Land XML is one of the options. You can export them, and now you can import them in 3D survey.
Correct. Thank you, Mattia, to reminding me. I think it's your turn again. So
Okay. Taking back the mic. So we made also some orthophoto upgrades. We had a couple of imperfections before. For example, the tiled TIFF support was not implemented. So if you remember, maybe if you have tried to upload it, we'll see in the next slide. The tiled TIFF that you got looked like, well, nothing like the image you'd expect. You just got some vertical lines. That is now taken care of. You can simply import any tiled GIF. What is a tiled GIF? Tiled GIF is a sort of like a bigger TIFF file that is, well, comprised of tiles, and it loads tile by tile. So this is the example of how it looked before. It was not so common in the past to use tiled TIFF, but it's becoming more and more popular, so you have support for that too. The other improvement regarding the orthophoto is based on our experience with TIFFs. The one thing that is like a downside of a TIFF format is its size. So we tried to reduce that by adding compression. There is no quality drawback, so we don't get images that you would see some artifacts of compression. No, they are the same quality, but they are significantly smaller. We can show you the table here. So we reduced the final TIFF size to 60%, or to 40%. We reduced it by 60% to 40%. But we added some processing time. So if you wait 5 to 10 seconds, so your TIFF is saved, you now save 60% of disk space. That is something. And similarly, we addressed the PNG compression, just the other way around. We added a bit of we altered the compression approach, so now it takes a bit more space, like 5% more space, but the processing time is cut to half. So this one works faster, and instead of 10 megabyte, it will take 10 and a half. Not so terrible, I would say, but the time is saved. So we're getting towards the end of our improvements. There are some minor nice to haves, I would say. So if you open up 3Dsurvey 2.8 in now, you will be in the same old welcome screen, but now you have the option to right click any project and open its location. This is a very nice little thing because this is sort of what we developed for ourselves in the first place, because we are always searching for those data sets on our disks, and this is the easiest way to access them. And if you have some sort of project that you would not want on this list, you can also remove it. So for example, if you're doing something that your boss should not know about and it's there, it's really inconvenient, now you can right click and just remove it, and you're safe. You'll keep your job.
Okay, very good.
Back to Marco now.
Feature top number one, definitely. Okay, I think we present most of the things. I would just like to repeat again, so what we heard, everything on today's webinar. So definitely one of the nicest, maybe one, 3Dsurvey Cloud. Remember, before 3Dsurvey Cloud, probably you have a lot of pain by sharing your results. We all know project is 5 to 10 gig super quickly. Then you need to use vTransfer, peak load transfer, drive, everything like that. At the end, your customer download the results and doesn't have a software where he can open this. This era is over. With 3Dsurvey Cloud, you can share this super quickly. I would like to mention here again, this is just the start of cloud development. So this is really the basis where you can see the results in cloud. You can share those results with cloud. We are going to develop this continuously. We know that probably you need a lot of more features in this in addition. So for example, if you would like to share volume result, profile lines, and I don't know, all the rules that one can draw it, the other one can delete it. We are aware of everything like that, but nevertheless, give us also your feedback. We think this is a nice start with 3Dsurvey Cloud. I think we covered 95% of the needs you are currently needing, so you need to have it, and I hope you will be super satisfied. Then the texture improvements, even greater texture than the previous one. The next thing which needs to come is, of course, probably also the better mesh, but we are also aware about this one. Then CAT model update, a lot of nice new additional features. I'm not sure if Mattia mentioned these collapsible functions where you can close specific elements. Oh, then I was out of presentation at that time. So yes, not repeating again, but all those another improvements like multiple selection came from your side. So more and more construction companies deciding to buy 3Dsurvey. They're preparing offers for asphalt, for anything like that, and they're doing some quick sketches in 3Dsurvey, and they can do this now even faster actually. And then snapshot functionality, again from user perspective, the center cross was kind of painful. No, it's away when you do the snapshot and you have it there. Select by color, super nice one. You can maybe use it in your way for classification or just cleaning out point cloud, which is also super important in case you would like to have a great 3D models. And yes, let's say other minors like orthophoto handling, land XML, and minor improvements in addition. So this was most everything from our side. Okay.
Well, not everything, Marco. Before we go to the users' questions,
Also
perhaps
pools.
allow us to have two more questions for you.
Okay, so I'm already ready with the next one. So after you saw everything, so what's your favorite new feature? So is this 3D Survey Cloud, is texture improvements, is select by color, cat, land XML? We didn't have place for more, but let's say that those are
The candidates.
the candidates. Yes. Okay, 50% already voted. Let's wait a couple of more seconds. Okay, by now I see 3D Survey Cloud and select by color are fighting. Okay, 67% of you voted.
70.
70. Okay, let's close the pool and share the results with you. And we can see 38% of you decided
Ooh,
for cloud. Oh, 38 for select by color. Okay, interesting.
it's a
Interesting to
tie.
see. 30% texture improvements. And yes, thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your feedback. And let's go to not last, pre-last question. It's kind of interesting one. So if you were a product manager at 3D Survey, what would be the next improvement be? What would be the next improvement? So which features? So is this faster processing, more detailed, full 3D mesh, better orthophoto, support for multispectral cameras, or more CAT features? So
Knock yourself out.
yes, no, it's the right time. Hopefully, I'm not going to lose my job after this one. But yes, faster processing means in everything faster bundle adjustment, faster dense reconstruction, and mesh calculation, more detailed full 3D mesh. We know bring us a nicer 3D models, better orthophoto could also be better, support for multiple spectral cameras. This is with NDVI index and so on. And we see more CAT features, which actually, let's close the pool and share with you, CAT features wins. So 29% for more CAT features. Write them immediately in chat box or question box which one you like it, okay, or on our support email. But maybe the fastest way to write no here, I don't know, add copy option of points or something like that. We know most of them, but yes, let's have them in a list also with you. Then the second thing is more detailed full 3D mesh. So with a great texture, it comes in hands to have a perfect model, faster processing then, better orthophoto, and support for multispectral camera, last but not least. Okay,
Uh,
very good. Thank you
More
for
cat
this
features.
feedback. And then one more before we start answering your questions. So how would you rate this webinar from 1 to 5? 1 is worse, 5 is good webinar, so very good webinar, and everything in between. Let me launch also this one. So feel free to score us and see how it goes. Okay, 55% already voted. Okay, 70% already voted. I will close the poll and share results with you. So 65% for 5 stars, 30% for 4 stars, and so on. Thank you very much. We've been doing ourselves to present you as best as possible on this webinar. Thank you for your answers for the pool, and let's
Thank you
start
for your kindness.
answering your questions. So we are already in 1 hour 12 minutes. Let's take 10 minutes in addition to answer your questions. If there are still some, feel free to write them in chat box. Okay.
I think there's enough of them, Marco. We can jump into.
Okay, yes, there are some, definitely. Okay, let's go from the beginning. One drone is saying us hello. And then Achim Forsters asks, is it possible to start a viewer session in cloud space with my customer? Mm,
No, that's not like integrated, but you could do that with, say, TeamViewer or something. Like, or if you just share the link and in the same time view it as your customer does.
Okay, very good. Next question from Beat Shutter. Is it possible to compare different models? Is it possible to measure mullions in the cloud? So it's possible to compare different models. You have this survey approach and do the timeline and measure the high difference and so on. This is possible. To calculate volumes or to show the volume difference, it's not possible in this version, but it's on to-do list, and yes, we are aware of this one. Okay, Yuroslav next questions. Is it possible for client to download the data directly from the cloud viewer? You
No.
can download it, but client cannot download it. Okay, so this is not, so you can share it if you like to share specific data for external external software. You can share the separated file. Then there is William White, were these two results calculated from the same data? Probably when I was doing the comparison.
Yeah.
So it's from the same area in a 1 month time difference. So actually two different surveys from the same area. Okay, then we had some issues with echoes because we didn't unmute ourselves. And then the Carol is asking, will this project be available as an example? Yes, you have this one already in chat box, so check it out. And you can browse it over the projects. Diago is saying, hello, I always use the same group of layers when working with the cat module. Would be interesting to have a feature where you could import a list of layers or have a selected. Okay, so Diego, this is already possible. So just prepare your one DXF file, okay? And before you start with new project, you go to data, load cat, import this DXF file, and you will immediately have here in the list of layers all those layers visible, and you can then just select it. So you just prepare your here list of layer once. Even you can do this with the third-party CAD softwares. Save it as a DXF file, import it, and you will see all the layers here immediately. And just do the same way always, okay? Okay, Jan Zelen. Okay, nice feature. Thank you, Jan. Interesting one from Johan. Flash meat, use Flash
Yeah,
instead.
that was our
Thank you.
Marco.
We know about this one, but we check
Yeah.
how intense did you check our
Oh,
presentation,
yeah,
and
yeah.
yes, it's great that you figure that you find this mistake.
No
Thank you.
offense to vegans.
Yeah. Okay, then Patrick Rodos, can I upload and view the LandXM model in the cloud viewer? Yes, you can. This LandXML LandXML mesh will be visible as a full 3D mesh, okay, without texture. But yes, it's possible to upload it and it's visible. Okay, Martin Greis. Hallo Marco, ich freue mich für. Okay. The new test project. Is there a need for new bundle adjustment or anything else? Is there the need of new bundle adjustment reconstruction? Okay, I think what's the workflow to get the new features or the two? Okay, to get a new texture. Okay, so Martin is asking if I understand correctly, he can get this new texture, and so in the 2.17 version, I will ask this. I will discuss this personally with Martin. Okay, Martin, please just contact me on my email or support email, and we will sort this one out. Hrvoje Sertic, it's asking, what about JPEG? Isn't the quality actually the same as T for PNG? Actually, no. The problem with JPEG is it doesn't have transparency as far as I know. So then you have this white color, and also as a file format, it's not the best one for this. So definitely TIFF or PNG. Okay, our lead developer, Mattia Posigacha, is writing us that the officially version is released. Wow, 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 you hey? Okay, so it's available already for 10 minutes. Feel free to download it. Jan is writing us, first of all, we are really happy with your software. Thank you, Jan. This is always great to hear. Are you planning to update the manual download soon?
So you mean the user manual?
Oh, the manual,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Yeah, we are planning. We are
we're
planning.
working on it.
We're
Takes a lot of time.
the development of version is running faster than the manual, so this is problem. Yes, okay, Jan, thank you to reminding us. Then Sam Shepard, what would the recommended flight height be for an area with a lot of tree covers? Good question. If you're mapping over the forest, I would suggest you fly as high as possible, so at least 100 or 120 meters above the terrain. The higher you fly, the more stable, the greater chances that you will get a complete area coverage, okay? Because the trees are immediately 30 to 40 meters height, then if you didn't select at least 80% of overlap, you don't have enough overlap above the trees. And in addition, if there is a bit of wind, the trees are moving, then the features are not detected nicely. And if you fly higher, let's say 120 or 150 meters, this eliminates most of the scenarios. It goes the same if you're mapping areas over the water. The higher you fly, the greater chance is that you get a complete model, and so it goes. More context in the map, okay. Thank you for the presentation, Pavel Konkel, thank you. And then Borko Duronkovic giving us some suggestions. We will check this link, how it works also. Mattia, is this all? Did I forget something?
No, there's more, Marco.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, there's Johan asking about thermal camera support. Wanted for inspection. This is like a
okay.
really good suggestion, but we just need to
But
find the time to develop.
but thermal is already supported. So with
I
the
mean,
yes, with the thermal
Marco.
works the same as with the standard visual camera. So feel free to process those data with thermal camera. Should work normally. If you have some issues, feel free to contact us on support. Multispectral are currently not supported. Okay, then Chris Robbins, as the owner of the cloud, I'm able to log into the cloud via web browser to make changes to project. Yes, of course. So you can delete projects, you can rename them, anything like that. So no problem. Did you change the text scale in the PDF export? He's asking Miha Železnik. Yes, we did. We improved this one. Franja Železnik, cat functions, okay, added points in block, okay, thank you. So these are cat suggestions. Is it possible for undo in cat? Undo is possible for part of the functions, not for all. And I'm not sure, yes, if there is any in cat, but also good suggestions for feature. Okay, CAD lines automatically there. Can we upload the XML? Okay. Yes, I'm searching because there are a lot of questions in addition. So those CAD suggestions, we will take time and check it out. I will just say thank you for this. If there is something, write us here, and of course in support. Can we upload the XML to the cloud? Yes. So first to the software, and then via software up to the cloud. Is there no support for grid based transformation? Yarrow and Wolfram. Okay, so coordinate systems are pretty intense topic in 3Dsurvey. So fields, just please send us email. We will send you special version where you can check also coordinate system. It's not officially launched in this version, but we have it ready for the next one, and we can share it also already with you. If you are interested, feel free to contact us via email. Okay, pure empty layers, no железник. Okay, this is empty layers. We have delete all layers, delete selected layers, and also this one, Franjo, is already available. So here, let me just move this tool a bit. If you click here on the row, delete all layers and delete all empty layers. So Franjo железник, it's already there inside. Okay. Go. No questions. It's awesome. Thank you. Okay. Sophia, is the problem solved with the shift grid for Belgium? Sophia, the same. We will contact you in a week with a new version for you. Amy, can you close the pulse? Okay, thank you, Amy, to remember me. I probably already did. Pavel, is it possible to display CAD layers according to the order saved in the file we are importing? I think yes. So prepare your one CAD layer with one file with all CAD layers, save them as a DXF, and always load them inside. And this is it. Johan is selling this. He will try the thermal. Very good. Matthias, thank you for presentation. Thank you. Is videogrammetry now possible in 2.80? Sophia videogrammetry is still in the beta, in separate. It will come as a model in future. So use the same version as before. And we are working on this one. Then Ante, is it possible to work with point cloud from scanners? Yes, definitely it's possible. This is already right at the beginning from the software. I also have here in my cloud platform one TSL, so terrestrial laser scanner with few millions of points, 200 or million or something like that, and works the same way. Then Patrick Rodos, could you do a test project with thermal for us? Yes, we can do it. I already have one. So maybe we can do some showcase, okay? And post it, okay? But it's going fully the same way. Then transformation for Belgium, again, special version, contact support, please, Jan Zelen. And the last one, Tobias, thank you, and greetings from Germany. Mattia, that's it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This was all about what's new in 2.18. Thank you for listening. It was intense one. Check out 3Dsurvey. Check out 3Dsurvey Cloud. Mattia, final word to you before we go to...
Well, quickly update the version, pick your best 3D model and upload it to the cloud, and well, show it to all your friends.
Thank
That's
you
it.
for listening. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.